Now or never, do or die. Let's see if I got it in me. Woo! Hardcore, baby, made that shit look easy, man. My fingers and nerves are shaking right now. Hardcore veteran, baby. Let's see if I get my gun. I want my gun and my trophy. This should be the last thing I need. See, hardcore veteran did it.
Some shooting prep. Yeah.
Ooh! That's what I wanted right there.
Handle this. Keep your gun loaded and your wits about you.
Woo! Hey everybody, it's your boy Pickle Rick back at it with another build video. This build video is specifically for hardcore. As you can see, I beat it in 20 hours. Yes, that took me a while, but it was worth it because I did it my first try. It wasn't really a struggle, just really nerve-wracking on certain parts and aspects of the game. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do this. If you're one of those people that get really nervous, you don't know what to go for in the build, but you can abuse this game once you get the hold of it. And once you know how to farm some of these particular items. So I'm gonna go hop into the build. So what I did was I started with engineer first, then I saved up enough scrap to buy a summoner, and I immediately maxed out those two archetypes. The only other archetype I decided to buy and max out was explorer, specifically for the trait card, swiftness. Because like I say, endgame, movement, speed, get away from the enemy when you can is always key to survival. Now you don't really need this, but I was really nervous through my hardcore playthrough trying not to die, and I didn't, which I'm really proud of myself of. I went and maxed out these three archetypes before I went anywhere too far. Now another piece of advice I'm gonna give, yes, I got 10 dragon hearts. I am not going to say to max out your dragon hearts right away because that's a lot of farming. What I would say is you get your dragon hearts to 5. Get your dragon hearts to 5, and then from there, the world that I would start on, the way I did it personally, was I started on Loathsome. The reason why I started on Loathsome was for the simple fact I wanted to fight the king and not the Nightweaver. There's 3 reasons why I don't want to fight the Nightweaver. The Nightweaver got like 1 or 2 one tap life ending like attacks that she has, and I'm not sure exactly how they work. I haven't fought her enough to really like focus on her too much, so I immediately went to Loathsome. I kept re-rolling until I got the king. I fought the Day King specifically because he's way easier than the Night King. Reason being is because the Day King only pits a single row of orbs. Now, when you do get trapped behind those, they're very easy to take out or move on away from them. Once I did that, once I killed the king, and I made sure I had at least 5 dragon hearts before I killed the king. Now, the weapons I used right in the beginning of the game, I'm going to showcase them real quick, was, first, you know how you start off with the pulse rifle when you pick engineer, only got it to level 5, that wasn't my main weapon. I immediately got the Black Maw AR. This gun is so underrated and slept on. It's a really good gun. This is the gun I used to kill the Day King. Once I did that, then I went out of my way. Also, when you start in Loathsome, one of the very few items that you want to get right off the rip, especially when you pick engineer, is the Jester's Belt. You get that immediately for clapping at the Jester. This item, I can't remember where I found it or I bought it. Fun fact, if you unlock certain items like the Bright Steel Ring or the Anastasia's Inspiration in your regular character, there would be for you to buy right over here at Reggie. Well, the Anastasia's Inspiration you buy from Whispers, but if you unlock items like that in your regular character, you can buy them here right in the very beginning of the game. As you can see, he has. Oh, I even got Devour Loop, and I can't remember how you even unlock that, but that's like a special way you unlock it for beating the game. These are the rings that you get for being the game a hardcore veteran. I'll just show that real quick. And then like my Bright Steel Ring was right here, and my Anastasia's Inspiration I got right from Whisper. And yes, it costs a lot of money still. I think it costs like 3,000 scrap. It does cost a lot of money, but it's worth it. Then, the very next thing I did, before I fought the Day King, I got my hearts maxed out to 5. I fought the Day King. Then the very next thing I did, I was really nervous. This is going to be, I believe, your hardest trial, is the Labyrinth. Now, the reason why I say don't grind too much, because if you grind too much before you get to the Labyrinth, and that cube squashes you, you done lost your character and all the grind. Now, a fun tip I've heard from on the Discord community, and I've heard from the Facebook Remnant 2 community, if you guys are watching this from the time the video is being released, I heard that you can have a friend start like a brand new hardcore character, and they could walk in and do the cube for you while you stand outside the door. Now, if you want to go that route, you can. I'm not gonna call you out your name. You know, some people are just not as good as me or other players. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just they crack under pressure. I get it, and you want the end game rewards. Do what you do. I ain't gonna judge you. It's a PvE game. I could care less. Now, if this game had PvP, there's some grimy slime ball stuff like that, I judge you 100%. But to move on from that, after you get past the labyrinth, you got your next two worlds. I lucked out and got the wolf. Now, if you're as lucky as me and get the wolf, then all you gotta do is shoot the doe. You don't even have to fight him. So I lucked out on that aspect. My last boss that I fought ended up being Shahala. Now, I lucked out on fighting Shahala instead of Taratha. Well, honestly, I would have rather fought Taratha because I think Taratha is easier in my opinion. But since I got Shahala, the good thing about Shahala is that you can go to Alexis Torah and get the Void Heart. I was using the regular Dragon Heart the whole game until I got the Void Heart. Once I got the Void Heart, I went all DPS on my fragments. And then what I did was I kept farming and farming in your adventure mode. Another fun fact, in your adventure mode, you could put that on Survivor and get specific items that you want to get. So my campaign run, I shot the doe. But if we go over to, you can switch over to like right now it's on Lonesome because I was grinding for like ammo boxes and other things and to max out like my characters and to get red crystals to max out certain mutators. I was doing it on Survivor, and one of the last things I did in Lonesome was I got you kill George or Jorge, and you get the Twisted Wounds mutator. I kept killing the chainsaw guys to get the red Luminite crystals. I maxed out Twisted Wounds. I also did Yesha on Survivor, killed the wolf. I got the Merciless. Then I did Narud on Survivor until I rolled for Talratha. Killed Tim, the normal version, just so I could get the Nebula, because I was not going to risk going for the Enigma on that jump. I'm sorry, but I wasn't brave enough to go for that jump. Your melee weapon doesn't matter. I already unlocked this on Apocalypse on my regular character, so I just bought that anyway and just put it on my character. If you want to look at it, there you go. As far as that, of course, I bought this ring back from Reggie. I got this back from Whispers, and this you get from Lonesome. This item, the Black Pawn Shop, you get it from the little candle room. So I did that item. And this is pretty much the whole build I used throughout the whole campaign on Veteran. All the way until I got to Shahala on my campaign. Then I went out my way to get the Void Heart. I completely annihilated. The entire campaign was very simple. Now as far as for my traits, after I maxed out Explorer, this is what I did. I maxed out Fortify, Regrowth. That's why you want to max out both Engineer and Summoner. Fortify for extra armor effectiveness, Regrowth for health regen, and Swiftness for movement speed. The other traits I went out of my way to max out and get was Bloodstream, great health regen, Vigor, Endurance, Siphon for lifesteal in case you ever get put in the pinch. And then I maxed out Spirit for my generation and Expertise for school cooldown, because this build is going to be based all around health regen, lifesteal, keeping your health above normal. Now once you get past the Labyrinth, which I believe is the hardest part, I went out of my way and rerolled again for Yesha. And as you can see in my consumables, I got these fruits. I rerolled my way to go out of my way for Yesha, and I got the Thane Seed. You get the Thane Seed for bringing the lockbox, from opening the lockbox from the Empress when you reroll for the throne room. You let this bad boy right here grow out. I had 3 fruits. I only got 2 on me right now because I ended up using one of them just in case I did go down at Annihilation or anywhere in Root World. It took me less than an hour. These fruits last an hour each when you do consume one, and within that time frame, if your character goes down, it will revive. You get that 1 revive. So these are the specific items I went out of my way to grind to ensure a guaranteed clear through. Now it didn't take me 20 hours to clear. It took me about 18. I just helped out a couple other people on their hardcore run. As you can see, I'm wearing the Mark Level 2. When you come into the game right away, one thing I would suggest right away is you see Whispers, he will have all the armor you unlocked on your regular characters. So the first armor I started off with was the Mark Level 1 armor set, and I used that all the way till I got to Root Earth. Once I got to Root Earth, then I switched to Mark Level 2. The reason why I used Mark Level 1 all the way until I got to Root Earth, one main reason. It's a great armor set, but the one thing that's a key difference between it from other armor sets is it's got the best elemental resistance. So you said at 13, 13, 13, 15, 13. So as you go throughout the game, not only are you tanky, but you're going to have that elemental resistance against elemental type characters that you come across or bosses that you fight across within the game. Now as far as mods that I went for, before I got the Merciless and the Twisted Wounds, the weapons I used in the very beginning of the game, before I got those two weapons, was I went and got it, the SMG, whoops, I got the SMG and the Black Maw, of course, and I was using cohesive rounds on the SMG because I was lucky enough to fight that one weird monster in a specific palace. And then with the Black Maw, I either used Hot Shot until I got Overflow. I did use these two main weapons the whole time until I started farming for Merciless and Nebula. Now you probably wonder why I went for Nebula. There's one main reason why I went for Nebula, and that is for Annihilation. The reason I wanted Nebula for Annihilation is specifically for the mod trait. What this mod does, it unleashes, like so you can read it, nano machines. It's these little smoke gas clouds. The main two things I was scared about fighting Annihilation was the orbs, because I always use Enigma for the orbs. So since I wasn't going to go out of my way to make that jump, I decided to go out of my way to get Nebula, which is an easier gun to get without losing your hardcore character. Got Nebula, and every time the orbs pop up, I make sure I pop that mod as fast as I can to help me take out those orbs from Annihilation. Because if all of those orbs happen to hit you at once, you will die. No matter what difficulty, no matter how tanky you are. From what I've seen and what I've run with other players, I've always, if you get hit by every single one of those orbs, you will die. Which is why every time they spawn, make those a priority. So that's it for the build. I hope you enjoyed the video, and that's it. Good luck in you guys' hardcore run to get the Savior. This is a really good gun. I'm actually working on the build. I'm running through Apocalypse. Hopefully I'll get that video out sometime in the next couple days or week or so, but I'm working on the build for the Savior to use on Apocalypse mode, my normal campaign. GG, hope you guys have a good one.